All right, what's up, guys? I am back for the first time in how long? Let me see. I'm pulling this up literally I should have thought about this before I did it, but anyway, I am doing episode 12 now. Look at that. We're 12 in. Since when did this video go public? Or when did I publish it? Almost exactly a month ago. October 24th was the last episode. Anyway, so episode 12 of Tech is Art. Hi. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I am currently in live time because this video and podcast is going to go out first before everything else. I'm working on a different video and I needed to take a break from that. So to clear my brain and just, not be too close. You know how you need to take a break when you've been working on something too long? I'm working on this iPhone 17 Air video. So there you go. If you're watching this video, now you know what the next video is going to be. But I'm working on that video and I needed to take a quick break on that. I just finished doing the thumbnail. I asked my channel members to help me pick minor differences between the thumbnails, but they're helping me out. So thanks, guys. I appreciate you. I'm going to go with my gut on that one. As of recording this right now, I haven't made up my mind. As of publishing this episode, which will go out the same day, I don't really know. So there's that. Before we actually talk about today's topic, which is in the thumbnail and title, so I know you've seen it. It's about the Apple Bank or the Apple being in money finances. As of recording, I haven't made the thumbnail, but I know what the title. Anyway, we'll talk about that in a second. I just want to say, first of all, to my channel members, thank you. I appreciate you. You are going to get everything earlier before everybody else. That's the deal. So once I get this uploaded to YouTube, you're going to get that first. So thank you, guys. To everybody else, thank you for getting me monetized. My God. So the situations are a little bit different on YouTube partnerships now. You could be monetized at 500 subscribers and 3,000 hours of watch time. In every capacity, I have now a new AdSense account. I just can't run ads yet until I hit the 4,000 hour mark and I have 1,000 subscribers, to which right now I'm sitting at I think 7 something subscribers. But I have 3,500 hours of watch time. So I'm going to hit the watch time before I get the sub count. But all the same, I like the slow grind of it all. And the last couple of videos I was experimenting with some stuff, and that was on purpose because I know the next couple of videos are going to be very Apple focused, which I know is the bread and butter of this whole thing. I know that people like that. I like talking about it, but every now and then I like to take a quick break, let the room breathe, and focus on some other stuff. So that was the whole Elon thing. That was the whole Tesla thing and the stock market thing and the election. It's just, me doing other things. And that will happen from time to time. I'll be making content like that just to kind of get it off of my chest because I'm still interested in that stuff. But anyway, so the next couple videos will be rolling out. I think I have 2 more in the books that are going to come, 2 or 3. I don't remember, but I got a few more videos. I'm going to record them relatively soon. They won't go up soon because they're not time sensitive. Like that iPhone 17 Air video, that's not time sensitive, but that's something I want to do. But I'm going to record a few more videos and I'm going to get them published publicly. I'm going to get them out spaced out between now and end of the year. But I am going to be taking a break in December. Actually, technically, I guess I'll be taking a break even before all that. I'm going to be taking a break next week for Thanksgiving. I'll be gone. I'll be in Ohio for a little less shy of a week. And then I come back and I'm going to have people visiting from literally all over the world. I got friends who are stationed and working out of the United States coming out to visit. I got friends all over the country coming out to visit. It's my son's birthday. So I'm going to be all hands on deck and completely focused with family for that time. So that's fun. I'm excited about that. But that does mean I'm going to have to step away from all this. And while I'm doing all this, I kind of cleared off my desk to put away. I'm also working on sending out physical copies of my album that I made. I made CDs and Is that it over there? Anyway, so I'm waiting on some supplies to be sent to me so I can get that mailed out to everybody who pre-ordered and also ordered since then. But hang on, I'm grabbing some right now. Oop, I dropped one. Anyway, I'm back. So this comes as a signed copy. Wait, there we go. If you're watching on YouTube, signed copy. And there's some other little goodies I'm not going to reveal publicly just yet. So I'm only showing you, let's say, one side of the thing right now. But you get a signed copy, and you get the relic itself, which is really cool and fun. I'm put so much love and effort into the CD, into this whole project with the album. So I'm excited to get that out as soon as possible. And that's going to go out. That's my actual number one priority above anything else, is getting the album mailed out. I'm trying to put it in frame so you can, a little visual promo for a while. That's close enough. Whatever. You guys see it. But I need to get these CDs sent out. I have more orders than I was expecting. So I'm trying to, give some TLC on that. Get that out before Christmas. I want everybody to get their packages before Christmas. So I'm working on that. I'm finishing up some of the videos here on this channel. And then I'm going to be more or less gone for the rest of the month and talking about the month of December, because I'm booked out. So there's that. I will be back stronger than ever in full force at the beginning of the year. It's not gonna drag out any longer than after the holiday season. And hopefully by then I will have new intros, new outros, and all that stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I think that's all the updates. I like doing these podcasts because they're kind of like vlogs in a way too. I can just give you updates about everything. So there's that. But yeah, maybe if I have time, no promises or nothing, but maybe if there's time in between the beginning of December and Christmas, if I have time in between all that, I will maybe do a live stream just to kind of, touch base. I like keeping up with all you guys, especially my reoccurring people. I see you in the comments and stuff. I like keeping up with all of you. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. It really, there's a good solid 3 weeks nonstop, like an actual 21 day consistent, like just I'm gonna be busy every one of those days, but I might have some downtime right before Christmas. We'll see. So okay, enough of that. Let's talk about the video. I got that out there. I haven't made any posts or nothing like that. But today, what's been on my mind more and more as time is going forward is the idea that this Apple Bank dream that I've wanted for so long, it's just not going to happen. And I'm accepting that. And now, to be fair, part of that, or most of that, is on Goldman Sachs. So there's that. I'm taking a sip of my water. Hang on. The rumors are, if they are to be true, Chase will take over the Apple credit card, which means maybe the Apple Bank, which is interesting because Chase doesn't have any current online only high yield savings accounts. And now that interest rates are starting to come down in the market, money's becoming cheaper again. Because of that, that means savings account interest rates are also going to come down. So not only is it cheaper to borrow money, it's not going to be as beneficial for you to hoard money. The purpose of interest rates coming down is to more or less re-stimulate our economy. So in that sense, it's cheaper to borrow money, and that helps the economy. But then it also doesn't incentivize you to hold on to your money, but rather deploy it somewhere. And that's where having a lot of money in a savings account might not become beneficial anymore. We've been seeing these record high, like 5%, up to 5% yields of these interest rates for savings accounts. Goldman Sachs with the Apple Bank, or the Apple savings account, didn't get that high at its peak, but it was close. But then that within lies my issue was why I'm giving up on this whole Apple Bank dream I would love to see, at least in its current form. And that's because they don't offer the best anything. The only thing that the Apple credit card does, and thus in turn giving you a savings account, the only thing that it offers is a 3% cash back on Apple products or certain partnered programs. Like I remember at one point T-Mobile was a part of that, or Nike. But I'm not really in the business of trying to spend money so I can get 3% back on something. That's not a good use of my money. And I don't buy Apple products all the time. And when I do, I buy cheap ones. So they don't give me the full benefit. And I was hoping over the last couple years now that with the credit card, that's been out since what, 2018, 2019? How long has Apple credit card been around? Either way, the hope was that they would improve on it, and it's been kind of stagnant. And that, truth be told, that really is on Goldman Sachs. They're not making any money off of all this. Apple's trying to more or less, Apple is giving us all the profits and the benefits, and they're passing it to us. And they're making it really hard for users to have a delinquent account. So there's no fees really going to Goldman Sachs. And so they don't like that business proposition. So they can get out of the contract by giving it to somebody else. And we'll see if or when any of that happens. But right now it's looking like JP Morgan Chase will take over that, which is also kind of cool because that's an international brand to some degree. You can at least use those credit cards internationally. So I would like to see it go outside of the U.S. To be honest with you, there's people in the U.K., in Europe, in Asia, everywhere that would like to get their hands on this, and they just haven't. I feel bad about that. So yeah, Chase. The other one is American Express. American Express is a very known global and kind of prestigious brand, which is kind of cool. I brought out my old. It's expired now, but my old credit card, right? It looks pure white on YouTube. Let's see if I get it focused there. Can you get it on there? Sony? No, it's overexposed. Crazy. Why are you overexposed? I don't know. But what if I pull back a little bit? You kind of see my name. Anyway, it's cool. It's clean. It's cool. It's overexposed on YouTube. I'm sorry. I don't know why. I guess it's good for me, but bad for white products like this. Anyway, what's cool about this is a premium credit card. Titanium. Before iPhones, it came on here. And it's kind of cool for the whole flex factor when you just want to be like, yo, what up? Well, that was a terrible drop. One more time. Yo, what up? There you go. That's kind of sick, but it adds no value to anything. It's just a flex. You want everybody at the restaurant to hear you go, yeah, that's kind of annoying. But I look on the back here. I really wish it was in focus. I guess if I hide it, there we go. All right, on YouTube, if you're watching, Goldman Sachs right there. I can see American Express being right there, or their little logo that goes right there instead of MasterCard. So that's kind of cool. And I still like the whole digital clean thing that's happening right there, with the Apple logo. It's got my name. I think that's in the San Francisco font too, isn't it? The Randy Vasquez. I don't know. Anyway, premium card. I like it, but I've never used it. This is the old credit card, and as you can see, there's no wear and tear. It became more like a collector's item for me that holds no value because no one else will buy it with my name on it. My dog is scratching. Kika, stop it. I'm recording. Why do you do it only when I'm recording? So anyway, there's no wear and tear on this, and that's because it would scratch very easily. So there's that. But I can see American Express, another premium brand like Apple, getting in on this. But American Express isn't accepted everywhere. It's gotten better over the last 10 years. It's gotten better. But I remember a time when American Express was just like, no, we don't want to pay those fees. So I can see Chase taking over. And I think Chase is Visa. I don't know. We'll see. But all that rambling was really to get to the point that I don't have hope in what's happening right now in the current situation with Goldman Sachs for however long they hold on to it, because maybe no one will buy or take over the contract that Apple made, and Goldman Sachs has to write it out. But I've given up. I've given up hoping that there'd be better perks and incentives and stuff like that. They did away with the Apple Pay Later, which I think is a good thing because I don't like promoting the idea of going into debt. It goes against what I believe in, but at least it was a feature that's now gone since I made that Apple Bank video, which did pretty well for my channel size at the time. It did really well. I've given up. I pulled my money all of my money out of my Apple savings account tied to the credit card. I've given up on the credit card and I've given up on the savings account because I just found better perks and benefits elsewhere. Now, for me personally, that meant I took my money, my business, my financial business, the most important of them all, I took it over to my investment platform, which is Fidelity. I use Fidelity. So you get a gold credit card, or not a credit card, but it's a gold card for the cash management account, which it's not a savings account. It's not a checkings account. It's like a hybrid of the two. And it has the, above 4% yield on it, but I think it's like 4.5 or 4.7, something like that. It's higher than Goldman Sachs savings account, and I can touch that money whenever I want. I also invest. You know, my whole portfolio, both my actual investment portfolio and my Roth IRA is through Fidelity as well. So I kind of like the idea of consolidating all my financials into a firm like that, where it's just one app, I can get into it, and it's a very, notorious, good, prestigious. It's stood the test of time. It's not like I used to bank with Simple. Oh man, what a beautiful bank that was. I love that bank. It's not a new business. It's not going to get shut down because of the crypto, or the parent bank is going to tell them they need the money, and then something goes weird with the subsidiary banks of it all. Fidelity holds its own everything. It's its own institution, so they don't answer to anybody. Even on the crypto thing, like they hold that's a very specific thing, but like the Bitcoin that they have that you can buy from the Fidelity like ETF, if you want to have exposure to crypto with Bitcoin, it's their Bitcoin. So they're a one-stop shop for everything, and I kind of like that. And that's what I wanted Apple to do, not the crypto thing. Never mind the crypto. I don't care about crypto, but the idea of having everything, investing. They even have a credit card, a 2% cashback credit card. That's weird. The Apple credit card does 2% cash back on everything. If you do Apple Pay, you get 2% cash back. 3% on select items or Apple services and stuff like that. But Fidelity has a credit card. I don't use it because I actually use a credit union with my banking, my direct deposits and stuff like that. I have a credit union, and that credit card gives me 2%, and that's my oldest standing credit card. So I'm never going to cancel that one. That's my credit report right there. So anyway, all that to say that like everything that I wanted from Apple, that if anybody could do it, it's Apple. Everything that I wanted, it's already out there everywhere else. So I use Fidelity, but Vanguard does that too. I have friends that use Vanguard, and it's all the same. I mean, I have friends who do the tech stuff, who use Vanguard, and they were hoping the same thing I was hoping with Apple, and it never came. And so, to my understanding, they did the same thing as me. They took all their money out of the Apple ecosystem and reallocated it to Vanguard. Vanguard's another great one. So now I have a new stance on all of this, which is trust tried and true financial firms, and not, crypto.com or any of that other stuff. Like, don't worry about any of that. Don't put your money in new things. But more so than that, outside the financial part, which is a big deal for me, but outside of that, it's just like the tech of it is so cool because nobody does it better than Apple. I still believe that. And currently it's not going anywhere. Out of all the services that I would have been interested in, I would have been invested in, emotionally and financially, I wanted the bank situation to work out. Even if they don't call it a bank, Apple Financials. Maybe there's more regulatory issues that had to do with that. Maybe because they can't expand the same way. But right now, like, nobody outside the U.S. can get in on the credit card savings account thing, right? Like, that's a thing. So I don't know. I don't know how to fix that problem. I'm just one guy, right? I don't know how to get there. But Apple, I mean, I trust that they figure it out. And maybe they will eventually, someday. But it's not today. It's not going to be tomorrow. It's not going to be this year. Even if they switch the companies and they're not working with Goldman Sachs anymore and they go to Chase or American Express, even if they did that and it happened next year, I don't think we would see any of that stuff be implemented until like maybe the soonest 2026 or 2027. And I'd rather just use that time elsewhere. So there's that. I'm bummed because I as I said in the video talking about the Apple Bank, the only bank you will need, I'm bummed because like a little piece of my innocence is dying. That idea, that video idea had been sitting with me since like 2021, and it gave me the I don't know. That was the first video idea when I wanted to make this channel. So I'm like, dang it, that video is the reason why this channel exists. And now I'm like, I've given up on that, but that's okay. We grow and we learn. It's kind of like giving up on Twitter, you know? It's like, it's not Twitter anymore. It's not going to be what it used to be, and that's okay. Nothing lasts forever, unless you're Apple and you have what, $3 trillion in market cap or something like that. I mean, everybody else is doing pretty good too, right? Like you got Microsoft that's killing it. Everything right now with AI is a big deal. I'm logging into my Fidelity right now so I can actually see what the market cap is for Microsoft. And Google, Microsoft, and Apple, like those three kind of like interchange, right? There we go. Microsoft. I used to own this stock, and I don't own it anymore, which is I think I didn't sell at a loss. I made a lot of money on there. I was like, well, I just moved on. Woo! I think I sold Microsoft like 2 years ago. Dang, that stock has done good. Look, good for you. Good for you, Microsoft. You did good for yourself. I think it doubled. Okay, so where's the market cap? The $3 trillion. Just a little over $3 trillion. Yeah, you don't get the $1 trillion evaluation, let alone 3, without having done something right. So good for you, Microsoft. And for Google, what is your market cap looking like? Oh, 1.1 trillion. I thought they were better than that. Am I thinking of Amazon? Now I'm just curious, like, who's competing with Apple? Definitely Microsoft, but Google's not there. Okay, Amazon, what are you looking at? 2 trillion. Okay, cool. We're gonna do one more. Nvidia. I'm just curious, what the hardware for AI? What are you sitting at right now? Nvidia is sitting at 3.59. So let's just round 3.6 trillion. Ugh. Nasty. Oh, hey, look at this. That's a sign. If you're watching on YouTube, I knew that was gonna happen. My video timed out. Let's see if I can fix that real quick. All right, I got it fixed. It happens, and maybe I shouldn't film everything in 4K, but I always did, and I just recorded a video before doing this podcast, so that's why that happened. But anyway, my point being, getting back to what I was saying, is even though Nvidia has a higher market cap than Apple, nobody has the infrastructure like Apple does. If anybody can do this and make an amazing all-in-one in-house thing, in this case, banking, Apple can. Who else comes up with a cool little Apple Card? Oh yeah, I forgot, overexposed. Who else comes with cool little things like this? Only Apple, right? I didn't see Microsoft do anything like that. I don't think Google does it. Google used to do Wi-Fi and cellular and all that, and they got out of that game. I don't know. Yeah, crazy times. But part of growing up is knowing when to let go. And Apple, for now, I'm giving up until you get a new partnership with somebody. But maybe nobody wants to touch it. Maybe they think Apple is too much of a liability, and they're like, no, I don't want to do that. I mean, that's always the case, right? Well, we shall see. Do any of you guys actually have who actually uses the Apple banking stuff, the savings account, the credit card? Who? This is what I'm trying to survey. Who did it and don't do it anymore, like me? Who never did it? Who never got into the Apple stuff? In the U.S., the people outside the U.S., that's not a fair question for you. And who's still doing it? You know, who is like, yep, I'm writing this one out because I don't really care all the same. One more time for prosperity. Yeah, I like the sound of that. I like it gets picked up on my mic and I see the waves go like that. Anyway, I was a believer and I went all in. At one point, I put my whole emergency savings in the savings account, and I got some decent, monthly yield on that. But that was then, and this is now. I'm just more jaded about a lot of this stuff. I'm jaded about new companies being financially accountable and responsible with my money. Nah, fam, I'm good. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm gonna end it here. I wanted to go on a tangent. I thought about making this a dedicated video, but I like doing dedicated video when I normally can do some type of overlay, but I don't really have any overlays outside of the thumbnail for this video. So yeah, no, I'm not. I'm just gonna end it here. We are gonna do more fun podcast stuff in 2025. We're going to do live stream podcasts. We're going to do guests. Hopefully, my goal was to have a few of my friends before, albeit, Drew and or Mike and or Nick. I like doing podcasts in person. The energy's different and better. But just realistically, I also know that's not always the case. Man, it's such a beautiful day. The weather outside is like, I think 60 degrees. Sorry, Celsius people, I can't convert that for you. I don't know what that is. 15 degrees? I have no idea. Oh, let's find out. Let's ask the I got AI on my Mac now. Let's find out. 60 degrees F in C. Do you understand what that means? Woo! It's 15.5 degrees Celsius. I just guessed. I have no idea. All right, cool. Well, AI worked for that on the Mac, so there's that. It's a nice day, so I'm trying to get all my work, at least recording's done now, so I can go outside and enjoy myself with my dog, and then when my son gets home from his little school, that too. So I'm gonna end it here, and we'll do more fun stuff really, really soon. This is never goodbye or the end or anything like that. Just, I don't know the next time I'm doing a podcast. Hey, I do the next video is another podcast and I'm just back rambling. I know. I'm trying to wrap up loose ends for the year. So we'll be back and it will be this has been a fun year, period. Just thinking about it. What a fun year. If I just waited to get my YouTube channel up and going, technically, I don't think the channel would be live right now because this is not the final setup. This is just a placeholder until I have more things in place, which may very well be here by the time I'm back in 2025. I don't know. We'll see. But all the same, I'm just glad I created this channel to have an outlet for talking about tech and design and art and finances and stuff like that, because it's all encompassing, right? Because Tech is art, and we're all connected by it. I got it in there. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Oh, and channel members, thank you. Seriously, sincerely. All right. Goodbye.